McCarthy-Scarsbrook.
Have you got a speech for you? Winning speech?
Nice to see you, mate. Nice to see you.
Yeah. No, okay, that's fine.
Get the...
Come and take the mic off me. I need to get it out of my hands. I talk too much.
Hey, looking at you, lad, you got a game on.
There you go.
Thank you very much.
Right then, this has been one of my biggest things to try and get this guy in, because every time I've tried to get him in, he's always been training, but now he's retired, so I can finally get him in.
Where's the uniform?
Oh no, it's back at the station. The missus don't let me take it home, it stinks.
It stinks.
Hey, there was a bet on it, he said he's going to come in the uniform.
Right then, Louie, just to start off with, thanks for coming in. It's like trying to get hold of the president.
No, thank you for having me. Yeah, I keep fobbing you off, didn't I? So it was alright, but my missus has twisted my arm, so I've popped down just to see you.
Happy days. I just want to talk to you about your beginning in rugby league to start off with. Like, obviously, you're a Londoner, and rugby league wasn't big when you started your career, and you started at Harley Quins, your professional career.
Yeah, so probably in year 11 in my school, St John's Academy, we had a supply teacher come down from up north. I think he was from Hull or Bradford, I can't really remember, but his name is Mr Hogg. And around that time, London were looking for an academy, to start an academy team, because back then, 20 odd years ago, there was they needed for the licensing, they needed to have like a junior setup. Obviously, the teacher, he was a supply teacher, but he got to know me quite quickly that I didn't have nothing between the two ears. So, he went, "Why don't you go and give rugby league a game? You're a big lad, and you like fighting, so go and give that a go." So me and a couple of boys went down there. Rob Warrancy, who's still playing, Mike Warrancy, and we got bit by the bug really. Phil Jones, who was in charge, and he's been in charge of a lot of stuff. I think he's been in charge of Warrington and overseeing development of young kids through rugby league. He took me and Mike under our wing, got a team together, and then it started the London Broncos then, under 16s, and then we travelled everywhere and playing, and that's when I first got bitten by the bug. So yeah, I was 15 when I first touched a rugby ball, so it's never too late. You see all these kids now trying to get scholarships and all that, and saying that they've got to make it to the scholarship. You don't know until you get your man body, if you know what I mean, and they're all striving to be as big as they can, as quick as they can, because some of them are monsters now. They scared the life out of me. So, yeah, I didn't touch a ball till I was rugby, and then luckily enough, I got picked up by London, and they put me into the first team. Got loaned out to Hull first, to their 21s, because London didn't have one.
What position did you play then?
I was like I was very round, so they put me in the middle, and like I said, I have nothing between these two ears. It was just cart the ball in, so that was it really. So I played prop, loose, second row, but luckily enough I was blessed with a bit of speed, so no one could catch me, so it was alright.
So then, obviously, like a lot of people that come in here, like you just talked about starting academies and whatever else, what was your thing before rugby league? Was you a big football man?
Yeah, I'm for my sins, I'm a Millwall fan, and still are. But I wanted to be a footballer. I wanted to be a goalkeeper, and it carried me on to my rugby career because I couldn't catch a ball then. So, it was alright. But no, yeah, I always wanted to be a rugby player, but just a football player. But I just wasn't good enough really to be in goal. But then I found me calling where I could run into someone and try and hurt them. So rugby league was the future.
And then obviously, like you just talked about, your teacher was probably your biggest inspiration, really, because he pointed you in the right direction to something that you've now become or had a massive career in.
No, yeah, you're absolutely right. If it wasn't for that supply teacher coming down, Mr. Hogg, then yeah, I wouldn't have known what rugby league was. Still a couple of my mates now, well, not now, but like back in the day, they were going, is it ice hockey, is it basketball? And I'm like, no, it's just rugby, but it's different to rugby union. Like, all right. So yeah, without him, I wouldn't have found the sport of rugby league really. So yeah, I do owe him a lot. I owe a lot of people a lot really. Phil Jones, I think he took us and looked after us as well. So it was at the start it was a very bumpy road, if you know what I mean, because I didn't know if I wanted to do it, I didn't know if I did, but luckily I did.
You did, and you did a pretty good job at it with 520 appearances. So obviously, like you say, you started off at Harley Quins. What was the likes of? I think Tony Clubb was at Harley Quins at the same. Was he a big mate of yours?
Yeah, no, I was the best mate. He's a very good mate of mine. I was best man at his wedding. I know he's a Wiganer, but he's alright now. He's alright. He's a big softie, so he's alright. But no, yeah, me and Clubby came through. We came through together, obviously with Mike Warrancy. We all got into the first team. I think Clubby got in the first team before me, and then I got in a week after. So it was always like we were there or thereabouts, if you know what I mean. But he was a lot skinnier than he was a centre, so and I was a lot rounder. So it's swamp now. If you've seen him, yeah, I tell him that all the time, so that's alright. But no, he's a great mate of mine. He's got a great bloke on the field, and he's literally just me of Wigan. Really, he likes winding up people. So.
And then obviously you get to know that you've joined Saints. And then your life changes forever.
Yeah, I think my contract come out of I was out of contract with London, and Brian Mack, who went to Leeds after London, he was down there. He had a massive impact on me, on my career as well. He put me in the right directions. Like I said, do I want to do it? Do I want to win things and all that? So he asked me to go to Leeds, but I already signed for Saints, so that was quite funny telling him that. I've already signed for Saints, so it was alright. But it was good when I signed. I met Eamon. He offered me a pint, and I thought, well, you know what, it's a good club, this. And I signed then, so yeah. But what was that? 15 years ago, yeah. So.
Brian McDermott, solid fella. You know, you always knew what you were going to get from him. Like.
Yeah, no, he was.
There's no grey area.
No. Obviously, ex-Marine, played in Bradford and all that, so knew exactly what I was getting from Brian, and he was devastated I didn't go to Leeds. And at the start of when I signed for Saints, Leeds was still winning things, so in my head I was going, for God's sake. But then obviously all times change, and then luckily enough we had a good time as well.
And then obviously you come down here and you change the place forever, because the way you behave around the place and the energy that you bring to somewhere like here, it's never been replaced.
I'm a bit different, aren't I? So
just a bit.
I like having a laugh.
Never heard you swear.
No, literally just gonna say I do like swearing. I'm trying to be on good behaviour here, so but no, it's just if you go to work and you enjoy your job and you literally just get to muck around. I think if you look out the window now, they're doing captain's run, but they're just mucking around. Really. So it's not too bad. But I used to love it. I used to just love that. It's weird to say, but I did used to like wrestling people. So I used to just grab them and wrestle them and muck around them, try and get them naked as quick as I can. But it's just if you come into work and you have a good time, it's easy. You know what I mean? And that's what I do. That's what I did. I did like. I enjoyed. I didn't enjoy training, but I did enjoy training. If you know what I mean. It was always games. I always liked playing games. So the more games we played, the less training we did. I was happy. So Easter period, I was happy with Easter period. Then they got rid of it. No, yeah. If, like I said, if you enjoy going into work and you're there to have a laugh. But when things get serious, you do get serious. Like when you do go across the whitewash, you put 100% in, and that's all I can ask. I know no one goes out there to make mistakes. No one goes out there to not win. But it's just one of them things. You just have to take it, and then you move on. I was quite lucky that I was with a very good team in my time here, and we done so much, so it was good. I had a good bunch of lads who looked after me and everything.
Who was your best mate here?
There's been loads that have come through. I think when I first started, because I come from London, I was treated a bit like an Aussie. So I was like, I think he's come abroad. I'm like, it's only M25 down south, right? So I got to know all the Kiwis and all the Aussie boys really. So when I first arrived, it was like Sia Soliola, Tony Polatua, Franny Melly. Used to get to know them because when I come up, boys already had their friends, if you know what I mean. So I had to try and make friends with the boys that were coming. So it's still good. But
and how did you find that? Obviously, because you're somebody like an outsider coming in.
Yeah.
Did you find that hard to start off with?
Yeah, because I'm quite shy and quiet. I found it quite hard. So I think my first training session, I come in, I started calling everyone a swear word that I won't say, and I thought they took offence to it. And I was like, well, I'm just going to break these now. But no, they got to use it. It's my swear words mean I admire you, so it's not too bad.
So that's what it's been like for me then.
Yeah, that's why I call you everything. Because I like you, that's right. But no. So I got to know them. But I've had many friends. Obviously, James Rover. Still, me and James speak to each other all the time. Carl Amor. There's loads. There's loads of boys that I spoke to, and I'm still good friends with them. Drop them a text every now and then. So it's just to try and get tickets, really.
And obviously, coming out of that environment and having to go probably working.
Yeah.
How have you found that?
So when I retired, I knew I was going into the fire service, but I had like a 9-month, nearly a year of waiting for the course to start running, really. So I went on the building site. And I was well suited to a building site. So my mate took me on and we were doing roofs and I was doing the plumbing and all that. So I was alright. So I got away with it. I wasn't in any offices. I could say what I wanted, when I wanted, and how loud I wanted. No one would say nothing. So it was alright. But obviously the real world now. I'm in the fire service. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. The watch I've got is a very good watch. It's an old watch, but a young watch as well. And they know there's literally someone who I am already there. So they had a good tee up. So there's another mental one there. So when we're together, we're quite loud and boisterous. But no, it's fantastic. It's a great career. If anyone wants to join now, there's no age gap.
And obviously, you were part of a very successful Saints team that won a lot. You was part of the team that did 4 in a row. What was that like for an experience?
It was amazing. Yeah, it's obviously I don't think it'll ever be done really again because we were just a different breed. I think we fought for everyone. We had everyone's back, and it was just we had an influx of boys that knew their role, if you know what I mean. And
the timing was perfect.
Yeah, the timing was perfect. It was like we were just riding on a crest of wave. I think we were just going into games knowing we were going to win. It didn't matter who we were playing. I just knew that we were going to win, and it was such a privilege for me to be involved in such a great team and a great era of the time of the club.
And I bet we always have a conversation about, because you used to always say to me, I don't know how I've ended up here.
Yeah.
I just dropped on my feet, but to be fair, you put the shift in as well.
Well, I think that's the only thing I could do. I think I just had to give 100% in everything I did. So, like I said, pure luck that I was here. Really, I don't know why. I could have been on roofs or digging up roads, but somehow I landed on my feet and I stayed here for as long as I did.
Moved up here, good beer was cheaper.
Yeah, and I've got Wi-Fi up here for you, so well done, sir, for that.
And you represented England and Ireland for a spell.
Yeah.
What was that like? Any memories from that?
Oh yeah, England was class. Played against Wales 3 times. That was unbelievable. Just to represent your country really, and it was obviously as ticking time ticks on, I was coming to the end of my career and Ireland started knocking. And luckily enough, I got an Irish mum, so it was easy. So I went, I can use you, can't I? And then I had a nice trip to Australia, and we done really well out there. We were. I think we missed the ball by only a little bit to score in Papua New Guinea to go through to play England in the quarters. So we were that close. We won 2 out of the 3 games, but you had to win 3 games to get through because we were in the group of death where it was all set up for PNG to go through. So PNG did go through, but we had a great set of lads who went out there and we thoroughly enjoyed ourselves on and off the field. So it was good.
And if you could change anything about your career, what would you change and why?
Meeting you. No, I don't think I would.
You think you had a pretty good run?
Yeah, I think I did. I think I've done. I'm lucky enough to say I've won everything. So yeah, I'm happy with what I've done. I don't think you can change it. Otherwise, if you start changing things like the butterfly effect, something else will go wrong. So just leave it as it is.
And what about coaching in your future? Do you feel that will be something that tickles your fancy as you get a bit older?
There's not a chance in hell. I coach my boys, my oldest boys under 13s. Well, not coach, I'm a part of the coaching team, so I just do defence with them. And they don't listen to me, so if I went out there and I can hit them because I'm allowed to. If I hit any of them, they're going to hit me back, so I don't want to do that.
And obviously, like moving forward, like if you could have a dinner party, you can invite 3 guests, dead or alive. Who would they be and why?
It'd be Elvis. I love Elvis. Elvis. Oh Jesus Christ! You should have told me this. Elvis.
Must be a referee.
I think Murphy.
Eric Cantona. And Ian Wright, there you go.
Man after me all that.
There you go.
Yeah,
them 3 there, them 3. That'd be a good part.
Eric Cantona and Ian Wright, that's a bit of a strange combo.
Yeah, Ian Wright's my idol, so it's not good.
And obviously, being a big Millwall fan, what's your hopes for this season?
Well, we've signed all right actually. If we don't lose Ivanovic, our striker, which is reports that he's going somewhere, we're going to get 15 mil for him. So, but if we keep hold of him, then there or thereabouts playoffs, that'd be alright. I'd be happy with that. Yeah. No, just stay where we are. I don't want to go up and get spanked like Leeds are going to do.
Yeah. I always have to ask you football questions. Because you know about
that's the only thing I like.
If you were to, I know your son plays for that week. What do you always say to him? Are you the sort of dad that's quite pushy, or do you just leave him be and let him?
No, not really. No, I'm not really a pushy dad. Like I said, it's one of them things. He's not even a man yet. He's not even got hair on his chin or anything, so he's alright at the minute. So he goes out there, has a good game, and he'll come off and say, "I've had a rubbish game." I just say, "Why don't you just believe in yourself, son? Don't let anyone else tell you you've had a bad game or anyone. No one's going to tell you you've had a bad game." He comes up and says he has a bad game. I'm like, "You ain't had a bad game. Don't worry about that. What did you do wrong?" And you go, "Oh, I can't remember." So I'm like, "Take after your dad then." So but no, you just leave him to it. It's you learn your way through the thing. He's ahead of me anyway because I didn't. Like I said, I didn't play rugby till I was 15, so he's already got more skills than I have ever had.
Has he got more talent than you?
100%, yeah. So yeah, he can catch a ball.
I'd like to thank you for coming in today.
Oh, easy, yeah, that's right.
And thank Jess for being so patient. But yeah, it's been a superb morning, and I wish we could have you in every week.
Oh yeah, no, you get bored of me then. I would swear. So,
The place isn't the same as all you. It's quiet.
yeah, that's what they wanted. So,
What they miss is that dressing room. You missed in that dressing room.
Yeah, that was a quite.
Run them around, you know.
yeah, that's just me ADHD. They weren't listening to me. Like I said.
You're going once a month down. Round the month, let them go in.
That's the thing I wanted to touch base with you for. Obviously, like being in a rugby dressing room, all your sporting life, like, have you found anything that really fills that?
No, not really. People do ask me, do you miss playing the game? And my immediate answer is no. Like I don't miss playing the game. It was really hard and it irks my body. And waking up next morning and trying to go and run and all that. I just remember it was just being horrible coming to the end. So I knew it was time for me to hang up my boots because it was just hurting all the time. I remember like. You're playing a game and then you're not right till Thursday and then you're doing captain's run like they're doing now and you're playing the next day and I remember going, Jesus Christ. So I was just taking a lot of painkillers and anti-inflammatories coming to the end. But then I come here on game days and I do the things with Pete and Benno and when it's a big game you do get that. My belly goes and I'm like, ah. And when it all kicks off on the field and my fist goes like that and I go, ah. Yeah, so I do miss. I do miss the gladiatorial bit of it. But I know if I go out there, it'll be a gladiatorial me like and get me off this field. No, so.
But the way stopping hearing about your bruises and.
Yeah, exactly. No aches and pains no more, no. So. It's, but no, I do miss like the gladiatorial bit of it, but the waking up in the morning that makes me always go, oh no, and how big they are now as well, it's just driving me up the wall.
It's funny you should say that because I spoke to Rhodes about a similar sort of thing, and he was saying, oh, I don't miss it at all. He said, but when it's Wigan week, he said, I think to myself, oh, should I go and get the boots?
Because Rhodes is still about in here and he's doing the coaching and all that, so he will have that buzz of the whole week of like Wigan week coming up or Warrington week or Leeds week. Yeah. So you'll have that buzz of it coming up and all that. So I'll turn up on a Friday and he's kicking off. And I watch the warm up, I can see him there cheering. I'm just going, I really don't like that. And that's how it is. But yeah, me and Rose are very similar in that way, where we've gone. We retired at the right time.
He said to me that he'd actually retired 3 years late, like because he just couldn't. It was time to go.
No, yeah. He had Jimmy Rose had a bad injury where you ain't gonna believe me, but his bottom half wasn't connected to his top half. All his nerves and his muscles were all ripped in the bottom of it, so he had to be sewn back up like that way. And he thought it was retirement then. That was like 3 years ago. But I made him promise me that you have to retire when I retire, and I can't retire until I'm in the fire service. So I'm to blame for him carrying on. So that's why. Yeah.
Brilliant. What a great morning. Thanks very much.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.